GOAT. Listen to this.
It's not even worth talking about.
The two of them.
When you ask who's better, LeBron or Michael, you can't ask me who's the GOAT between LeBron and Michael. Neither one of them are GOATs.
Bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there. Right there. Right there. Came to the GOAT. Listen to what he said here about himself.
You saying I want to be remembered as the greatest of all time.
You know, the reason why I say stuff like that is because when you play the game the way that I played it, you play on both ends. Why can't I say that? And say it and mean it.
Oh, so you do believe that?
I'm saying, yeah. Look at the stats. I got 6 rings too.
Oh my God. Drug test him now. I want test. Take him into a urine sample, get a blood test, drug test him now.
You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe? So you just gonna pass Kobe up like that?
I'm gonna pass Kobe up. I'm gonna look at Michael.
I don't know the numbers like you do. Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I gotta say.
Shaq, how many?
Any media person that I see in person for the rest of my life who try to tell me LeBron James is good as Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of him right on the spot. Right on the damn spot. No question asked.
You know they're going to happen. He the GOAT. He the GOAT.
He's not.
Say it with me.
He's not.
He the GOAT.
He's not. I just got off the phone with MJ last night just to remind him.
You should have hung up on him.
Scottie Pippen, you are tripping. Yes, you'll name yourself as the #1 draft pick. Magic Johnson is the GOAT of basketball. Michael Jordan and you ain't friends. You've never hung out together outside of the training. Man, what is doing here? Wow. The power struggle of the Bulls. It was Michael Jordan versus the rest. And if you didn't follow his line, you were out the door. And Scottie Pippen, you were just a whipping boy for Michael Jordan. Nothing else. Absolutely unbelievable. And that's why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Well, we will discuss that later. But he would just kick your ass when he was there, and then he would run away. Yes, treat them mean, keep them keen. Just what you do with the ladies, well, according to these b-ballers. But really, when it comes to it, Michael Jordan knew when to push and when to walk away, and he hung out with other people so that he wasn't hanging around his teammates who would think less of him when he let his guard down. So they needed an alpha male, the Chicago Bulls, and Michael Jordan was certainly not Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen, you are tripping. Johnson, the GOAT in front of LeBron and Michael and so many more. Lord have mercy. Michael ain't shit without me. Let's don't get it twisted, folks. Michael could have put, I'm not going to say anybody there, but anyone of Scottie Pippen's ability in that spot, and they would have won all the titles. No doubt in my mind that success, Scottie Pippen did help him, but don't say Scottie Pippen, you are the #1 in the team because you are smoking all right.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today. Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
All jokes aside, Scottie Pippen, you are tripping. Let's have a look at the comments he made, and we will come back and talk a little bit about what's doing there.
To Scottie Pippen, 6-time NBA champion, Hall of Famer, one of the top 75 players in the history of basketball, who recently sat down with Patrick Bet-David and turned heads with a lot of things that he was saying that, quite frankly, I felt were utterly nonsensical. Give me take one with Scottie Pippen talking about 6 rings versus LeBron. Listen to this.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron as a team standpoint?
My success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
If I speak from an NBA standpoint, owner, and I want to find an all-around player to be my #1, you think the average owner is going to pick you or LeBron?
I don't know. You want individual accolades or you want championships? Because I didn't chase mine.
Scottie. Come on, bro. Excuse my language. That's some straight bullshit. Stop. I challenge anybody to find me a better defensive player than Scottie Pippen.
Are you kidding me? Saying Scottie Pippen is the best defensive player in the world? What about Bill Russell, man? Bill Russell was the gun. 11 titles. This was back in the day when blocking wasn't even a thing. He created the shit, man. Bill Russell is the man. And some people would argue he is the #1 dog. With Will Chamberlain, some people would say that you could argue Russell, Will Chamberlain are the GOATs of the game back in the day. Now you can add Kobe to this debate. You can add Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The list goes on. But, I mean, Michael Jordan and LeBron look like the top 2 dogs. But I tell you what, Bill Russell was the man back in the day. And I think it's just because he wasn't playing in this era that he's just forgotten about in terms of the GOATs. Because people weren't around to see him play. But he is definitely up there with the best. Well, let's go check out these right here, right now. But to me, Michael Jordan is #1, baby. And that's probably because I was watching the game at that time. And all the hoopla and all the swag, all about it. But anyway, let's see what everyone else was chatting about in terms of who they think is the GOAT. And we're going to talk to, we had Charles Barkley. We've got all the gun players out here talking about who they think is the greatest player in the world. And we will come back and chat about it.
You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe? So you just gonna pass Kobe up like that?
I'm gonna pass Kobe up. I'm gonna look at Michael. I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna look at the.
Patron America.
Yo.
Patron America.
Kobe Bryant couldn't fill, or Michael Jordan fill LeBron's shoes. The impact that he's had with different teammates, different organizations.
Would you be mad at me if I just walked off the show?
You can't leave.
Hey,
Any other circumstance.
Are you has tripled and doubled Michael Jordan in assists? Assists make other players better now.
I'm going to say one thing to you, Max. I don't know the numbers like you do. Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I got to say.
Shaq, how many?
Me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
That bullshit right there. You just told on yourself. Tush every chance you get. LeBron James is one of the top 2-3 players in the history of basketball.
I've never heard one of the greatest say they were the greatest of all time. That was very interesting to me. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Oof, man. You know what? It's one thing. We all sit at this table all the time and sing his praises. Yeah. I think LeBron is a great player. Yeah. I just think that's disrespectful, honestly, to Bill Russell. What did Bill Russell do? Won every time.
When he put his hands on his hip, he's standing at midcourt. Somebody shooting a free throw. And I still have a picture of this, as him standing and kind of leaning on one leg. And I said, oh, my gosh. The king is looking over his fiefdom.
Start with your relationship with Bill Russell. You cold called him.
I did.
Why?
Well, I wanted to learn. I think that the most important thing that we can do when you want to learn is to actually pick up the phone and ask. And so I picked up the phone and I reached out to Bill Russell, and that began a great relationship of mentorship.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he was great on time, all levels, though, Kareem. The best in high school, the best in college, and the best in the pros.
That's what I'm saying. Michael. I mean, there's just so many. Two of my good, Larry and Magic. I mean, just led teams and turned the league around. You don't need to say that about yourself. Let other people say that.
Any media person that I see in person for the rest of my life who try to tell me LeBron James is good as Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of him right on the spot. Right on the damn spot. No question asked.
You know that's going to happen. He the GOAT. He the GOAT.
He's not.
Say it with me.
He's not.
He the GOAT.
He's not. I just got off the phone with MJ last night just to remind him.
You should have hung up on him.
Just to remind him. I hung up on MJ.
Yeah. Say the GOAT.
The blasphemy coming out of your mouth right now. Okay, it's okay. You can believe that. Here's what's going to hurt you. Here's what's going to hurt you. Because you see, when you talking like that, people are like, but shit, that. Nope. I'm going to sit back and let you talk. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to say, you finished? Are you finished? You sure?
No.
And then you're going to be like, nah. And I'm going to say, you got to wait now, because I waited. here I come. And you have to deal with the tsunami that I'm going to bring. I'm going to rain down upon you when it comes, especially to that subject. Especially to that subject. And that's where you're going to hurt yourself. Listen, LeBron, game was started in 1947. I got LeBron James, the thousands of players that have played in the NBA. I got him number 2 all time. That's emotion right there. Listen, let me tell you something right now. I can say that, but my point to you is that if somebody said you weren't number 1, you don't feel insulted.
No.
So why you got to be insulted about LeBron?
Because
that's emotion.
No,
that's my point. That's emotion.
But the goal.
Emotion.
You
right
told
there.
me the storm was coming.
Right.
See, your storm happened for 9 years, then took 2 years off.
Right.
And it happened for 3 years and took another 3 years off.
That's right.
And then it kind of just was like drizzling.
Right.
My storm been going for 21 years raining.
Right. You could say that, and my retort to that would be 6 NBA Finals losses.
So they only. Hold on.
There's 6 final losses. 6 finals losses.
Let me ask you a question.
6.
I just want you to tell me one thing, and we're going to debate this.
Sure.
Tell me the team the Jordan faced that was the equivalent of the 17 and 18.
No one. Can I respond to that?
Sure.
Can I tell you why? No one. Do you know why? Because none of them had Jordan.
No.
That's exactly why.
Okay, let me ask you
exactly why. See, that's the ultimate equalizer or usurper. Pick whichever one you want to pick. Do you understand that Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan was MVP all 6 NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan never even allowed a final series to go 7 games? You understand that? It never went 7 games.
I also know he just started going to finals because Larry Bird back went out.
Excuse me. 10-time NBA scoring champion. 9-time all defensive player.
Rates. MJ 6. Kobe finished with 5. At this point, Bryant didn't have any. He makes the move. Mm-hmm. Now it's like I'm in that conversation. Now you look at KD. KD leaves. Mm-hmm. Let me get in that conversation. Let me start knocking at that door. Like, you think that's what kind of where players got the idea of like, shit, if rings is what matters, yeah, I need to go.
No, that's what started everybody leaving. But it's a door. It's a fake door because those guys ain't in the door. They're in a whole nother door, right? And that's the problem. Like, oh, this is the GOAT door, right? Like, okay, I want some rings, and you realize, hey, Michael Jordan ain't in here, y'all. he ain't in this door, y'all. He's somewhere.
Well, let's really be honest about it. Anyone under 30 years old thinks LeBron James is the greatest, generally speaking. Anyone between 30 to 60 will say Michael Jordan. Then anyone 60 plus. We'll look at the likes of Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and of course Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. So where do you go? That's where you're looking at. And Scottie Pippen is definitely not on the list of the greatest players of all time. But if you're solely going on premierships, Bill Russell has a hands down 11, folks. Bill Russell 11, Jordan's only 6. So if you really want to put it out there, Bill Russell you could argue is the greatest if you're going on championships. But obviously Michael Jordan transcended basketball and Nike's collaboration. I mean, it was just all the dream team and everything worked out for him. If Jordan came and actually coached and won an NBA championship, I think the debate would be over. If he could come and win a championship as coach. But not to be. I still think Jordan's the best though. LeBron has more longevity, obviously, but he's only just breaking some of his records in the last few years, where if Jordan had played that long, well, it would never be broken. He was a freak. But, yeah, don't forget about Bill Russell, folks, in this debate. But anyway, let's listen to a bit more of Scottie Pippen running his mouth.
Gold. Listen to this.
It's not even worth talking about.
The two of them.
When you ask who's better, LeBron or Michael, you can't ask me who's the GOAT between LeBron and Michael. Neither one of them are GOATs. They both won differently. You can't put them at the top of the pinnacle. Magic Johnson, to me, is a bigger GOAT than anybody because of how he led, how he brought a whole team out when the greatest scorer in the game, Kareem, was not there. And him as a rookie
center
steps in and plays a position that no one even knew he could play. It's transcending what you can do as a player.
See, that's the bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there, right there. Right there. You just told on yourself. I'm going to get to that in a second. Once again, great job by Patrick Bet-David. Great job. But Scottie didn't stop there when it came to the GOAT. Listen to what he said here about himself.
You saying, I want to be remembered as the greatest of all time, how much of that was really what you believed in? How much of that was you trying to sell a book? And how much of that was somebody behind closed doors flattering you, saying you didn't get enough credit for what you did during the Chicago's run?
I think it's just me believing in myself, in the way that I played the game. I did it where I won. I played the right way. My teammates loved the way that I played, and people, my peers, respected the way that I played. And I feel like that I got out of the game everything that I put into it.
Flattery is divisive, to put a little wedge between you. I know it's not a comfortable thing to probably talk about, but did any of that happen where someone was saying, come on, Scottie, Michael would have never won 6 without you. Come on, Scottie. And Michael said it himself, but from your standpoint.
No, that's the reason why I say stuff like that is because when you play the game the way that I played it, you play on both ends. Why can't I say that?
Oh, that's okay. You can say that.
So
no one's saying you can't say that.
And say it and mean it.
Oh, so you do believe that?
I'm saying, yeah. Look at the stats. I got 6 rings too. Look at my accolades. I got defensive player, all NBA. So playing the game the right way and winning means something to me, and it meant a lot to me. I don't have the MVPs, but guess what? Somebody that was with me got it.
Oh, my God. Drug test him now. I want test. Take him into a urine sample, get a blood test, drug test him now. You got to be kidding me. I can't believe what we just heard. I can't believe it. And damn it, Patrick Bet-Davis, I love you. But let me tell you something right now. If you're trying to tell me that Scottie Pippen is justified in calling himself the best, you need to be drug tested too. All of you. All of you. How you the best when you wasn't even the best on your own team? How you the best when you weren't even the number 1 option? I mean, what? Oh, it hurts me because I don't want to do this. If you're the best, why were you calling for Jordan? If you're the best, why were you pouting on the bench when Phil Jackson called Tony Kukoc's number instead of yours in a playoff series against the Knicks? If you the best, why was Bill Cartwright in the locker room crying while excoriating you from abandoning your teammates? You led, you also quit. You quit.
So Scottie Pippen in the 1990 Game 7 had a migraine and barely played many minutes in the game. Absolute madness. To rate himself is up there with the number 1 draft pick, up with the dogs of the game, the goats of the game. Well, not in my vocabulary. Absolutely not in my vocabulary at all. But yes, Scottie Pippen, he's clearly has some opinions about what happened back there in the Chicago Bulls days. Obviously, he's obviously had issues with Michael's son dating his ex. And the Last Dance video, the documentary really came out and probably didn't put Scottie Pippen in a good light and didn't like that. But in all seriousness, Scottie Pippen is a great player. He's in the top 50 players of all time, no doubt about that. But to say he's up there with the greatest of all time is absolute ludicrous statement to say, and absolute craziness. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at his best, yes, he was a great player, but I don't think he did it for a long enough period. And but in saying that, if he was in with the Chicago Bulls reign, well, who would know? But we will never know. But he's still a gun. But yeah, I think you have to put a Bill Russell in that conversation with LeBron and Michael Jordan for mine. But anyway, that is the Scottie Pippen video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll have plenty more videos on the channel just for you with all current events and news. Have a great day out there.